I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys today. I'm scared to watch this episode. I am scared to watch this episode. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Zui is down. Inosuke is down. Tanjiro falling off a roof. Zenitsu might be in trouble. And none of these freaking demons are dead. Bruh, I am scared to watch this episode. I don't know what's going to happen now. Will Uzui survive? He's down for the count. He lost an arm. I mean, the Asheras, the Asheras are just dying off. You know, one by one. It seems like after the first arc of this entire show, it's like it seems like that's what we're going to be experiencing. Hashira's just dying. Because these upper six demons, they're no joke, man. They are no joke. You can't walk into any of these situations thinking that, you know what I'm saying, like, you can have the utmost confidence in the world walking into these fights. I mean, look at Rengoku. That's why I keep his picture up, because to me, so far in the series, he's the sauciest. Let's just be honest about it. He's the strongest character that we've seen so far as on the good side, right? He's the strongest character that we've seen so far. We haven't seen anybody really, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he went up against Akaza, put up a really good fight, and still died. You know what I'm saying? Still died. But still the sauciest. Best fight in the series so far. That's just my opinion. Best fight in the series so far. Rengoku versus Akaza. Akaza, however you want to pronounce his name. Crazy stuff. But in any case, let's jump in. See what's happening. See what's going to take place now. Let's jump in. Leave a like on the video. Don't forget to do that. I'll see you guys at the end for the review. The entertainment district ain't gonna be entertaining no more.
逃げれたんだろうか。ネズコはネズコ、ありがとうネズコ。俺は俺にできることを。なんだ、お前まだ生きてんのか。かわいそうにな。お前以外のやつはみんなもうダメだろうしな。イノシシは心臓を一突き、黄色い頭は瓦礫に押しつぶされて苦しんでるから死ぬまで放置するぜ。虫みたいにもぞもぞしてみっともねえよな。柱も弱かったな。威勢がいいだけで毒にやられて心臓も止まって死んじまった。おだぶつだ。みっともねえな、みっともねえな。お前ら本当にみっともねえな。特にお前は格別だ。お前の背負っている箱からはみ出してるのは血縁だな。わかるぜ。鬼になってても血が近いのはそりゃあ姉か妹か。ネズコ、俺の妹だ。やっぱりそうか。みっともねえな。お前全然妹守れてねえじゃねえか。
I've been trying to do this
仕方ねえか。お前
pretty
は
much.
人間、妹は鬼だしな。鬼の妹よりも弱いのは当然だが、それにしてもみっともねえ。 兄貴だったらよ、妹に守られるんじゃなく守ってやれよな。しっかりとこの手でよ。
Ah! Jeez. Bruh.
なあおい、今どんな気持ちだ。
Oh my
一人だ
god.
けみっともなく生き残って、頼みの綱の妹はほとんど力を使い果たしてるぜ。どうする？弱い弱いボロボロのみっともねえ人間の体で俺の
weak sauce.
首
Oh
を
my
切って
god.
みろ。
He hit him with your weak sauce. Damn. Damn. Bruh.
みっともねえが、俺は嫌いじゃねえ。俺は惨めでみっともなくて汚いものが好きだからな。お前の額のその汚い傷、いいな、愛着が湧くな。そうだ、お前も鬼になったらどうだ？妹のためにも。そうだそうだ、それがいい。鬼になったら助けてやるよ。仲間だからな。そうじゃなきゃ妹もぶち殺すぞ。他人の妹なんか心底どうだっていいからな。
やだ、お兄ちゃんやめてよ。私絶対嫌だからね。
鬼になれば一瞬で強くなれるぜ。不自由な肉体とはおさらばだ。なあなあ、どうする？悔しいんだな、自分の弱さが。人は嘆くとき天を仰ぐんだぜ。涙が溢れねえようにな。俺は準備してたんだ。やけ
Headbutt.
くそで続きかよ。聞かねえぜこんな。体がうまく。
お兄ちゃん何してるの？早く立って。
おかしい。なんだこれは。おかしい。たかが人間の頭突きだぞ。
Ooh.
くない。頭突きと同時に刺された。弱いくせに人間のくせに。これだけボロボロになっておいて、これだけ力の差を見せたのに、一人きりでなぜ諦めない？なぜ折れない？
Get him, Tanjiro. Talking all that shit.
なぜぶれない？
Still gotta do both of them though. That's the thing. Man, you don't have enough strength to do it.
その境遇はいつだって一つ違えばいつか自分自身がそうなっていたかもしれない状況。俺は運よく人間でいられたけど、二人とも
You're
鬼になっていた未来
hesitating because of
あったかもしれない。
what?
もし
Bruh, now is not the time for you to be sentimental about demons. Okay?
ちょっと嘘でしょ。そんな奴に首切られないでよ。
About damn time.
こいつあの瓦礫から抜けやがった。どけんさい。
Alright.
の呼吸、石の型。
あんたの技の速度は分かってんのよ。何度も見てるからね。
歴々一戦神速。
Godly Golden Let's go! Get him!
切られかけてる。なぜこいつがこれほど動けるとは。
切れろ切れろ。振り抜け。霹靂の神速は2回しか使えない。足がダメになる。瓦礫から抜けるために一度使っていて後がない。
そしてもう今以外首を狙える機会は訪れない。炭治郎がこの千載一遇を作った。絶対に切る。絶対に。
Better endure. Damn it.
もう少しだったのに。あともう少しで。諦めるな諦めるな諦めるな。食らいつけ最後まで。攻撃の速度が上がれ。毒を分解してる。全回復する。諦めるな諦めるな。
Let's go.
死んでない。死んでなかったこいつ。心臓はそうか。
ずい。
うずいた。譜面が完成した。勝ちに行くぞ。笑わせるな。
Let's go, Zui. Let's go. Come on.
呼べてんだよ。てめえの腐れ歌わよ。
Ooh, you foldable. What are you doing with these animations, man? Come on.
譜面だと俺の血気術を曲にして弾きやがったのか。
Bruh.
こいつ腕一本しかねえんだぞ。ありえねえだろうが。ふざけんなよすごい互角だ。でもそれじゃ勝てない。宇髄さんの方が先に限界が来る。その前にやらなければ俺が切るんだ首を。宇髄さん止まるの。飛べ。遅いんだよてめえはノルマ。どれだけお膳立てされてもダメなやつはダメだ。おしまいだな。毒で死ぬだ。切る首を切る。諦めない。絶対に切るな。
What?
まだ刀を振り上がるバカが。円からつま先まで。
Bro, dude got a sickle through his. Bro, what is going on? Bruh, you have to behead him this time. We can't afford to. The mark? No, I'm good. Nah, bro. Zenitsu got that.
あんたが私の首を切るより早く私があんたを細切れにするのよ。お兄ちゃんが心臓刺したのに。
俺の体の柔らかさを見くびったね。内臓の位置をずらすなんてお茶の子大祭だぜ。おい。
Nah, bro. This is it for y'all. Tired of y'all, man. Thank you, man. Tired of y'all, bro. It's time. Oh, that's poetic. Jeez, bro. It's not
何
over.
か言ってる。首切れてなかったですか。宇髄さんが何か。
What the hell kind of last? Bro. You can't. Is this the end of the season? Yo, what? That was a episode and a half, wasn't it? Jesus, man, that was a great episode. Every episode since this fight began. I don't even remember what episode it was. I think it was probably like episode 4 or 5 of the season. Every episode has been just topping the other, one after the other, just topping the other. Like, Ufotable is going to be, if they keep this up, they might end up being the preferred studio to do pretty much anything. You know what I'm saying? They are killing it right now with the animation in these episodes, man. They are absolutely shredding. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy how, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't take you out of the action. There's not a lot of cuts. They do have cuts, don't get me wrong, but it still flows. You know what I'm saying? The animation still flows in such a way where you get enough on screen before they switch cameras, where it doesn't take you out of it, and it really does show that they're really taking their time with it. It's god tier animation. So you have to give a shout out to Ufotable for this season, man. Consistently like this for like 5-6 episodes. Anime doesn't usually do that. Let's just be honest. They don't usually be doing that. It's high octane action. Usually what you have is you'll have maybe two episodes of great animation, and then it'll drop for a bit, and then it might come back up. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll save it for the major moments during the anime. And I know it has to do with, you know, budget and frames and all of this other stuff that, you know, studios can't afford in Japan and all of this other stuff. I know it has to do with that, but Ufotable, man, that money that they made off the movie, they are really putting it to good use here in this season 2 of Demon Slayer. So we started out the episode very melancholy, no hope. You know what I'm saying? No hope whatsoever. For the first half of the episode was basically does Gyutaro just talking his shit, talking to Tanjiro, kind of like asking if he'll want to become a demon and all of this other stuff. He'll be great, we'll be friends and all of this. You know, and Tanjiro was making plans all the time to try to behead him. He didn't know this. Tanjiro ran away. I was like, I just hit him and ran away. It's just a sense of desperation. Didn't know he had a plan. You know what I'm saying? Fooled me as well, because I didn't think Tanjiro really had a plan to get out of this. I thought it was one of the other guys was going to get up, because when Zenitsu was trapped, I was like, why doesn't he use his thunder breathing to just get from out of the rubble? You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking. And he did exactly that. But when it comes on to what Tanjiro was doing, I had no clue he was making plans. Also, Gyutaro broke 2 of his fingers. I don't even know where this man is finding strength from. You know what I'm saying? His sword is basically tied to his hand. He doesn't have strength in his left hand to actually grip his sword. So, you know, and now dude breaks 2 of his fingers on his other hand. It's crazy, and it gets even more ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? As in, bro, the stakes. And that's one of the things about this anime that I've talked about anime in the past that are quote unquote shonen, right? Shonen style animes, right? Which you're not going to get a ton of story a lot of times from shonen anime. It's very when it comes on to shonen, you're not going to get a ton of great lore and story and deepness in the anime a lot of times, right? There's standouts, of course, you know what I'm saying? There's standouts, right? And I've talked about Demon Slayer plenty of time where I said the story is not deep, right? We're, you know what I'm saying? But the lore for this anime really is. They're turning it up tenfold for this when it comes on to the lore as well for this season. So that's pretty good. The story is nothing deep. We know who we need to kill. Muzan, right? That's the story. We are heading to Muzan and we're gonna get some badass fights till we get to this nigga. It's as simple as that. That's the story, right? How we get there, who gets there, we don't know, because that's a part of the journey, right? They might as well could have shown who gets there and we still would have watched this anime. It's kind of like how Boruto started out with Kawaki and Boruto fighting at the beginning. Now we want to know, how did we get here? You know what I'm saying? How did we get here? So that's the journey in Boruto. So when it comes on to this story, it's very straightforward. But there's a huge but, right? When it comes on to Demon Slayer and what they bring to the table, if you're going to do action, do it right. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the things that I always say. If you're going to do something like this, bring it, man. Bring it. Show us that you can do it, and Ufotable is definitely doing that. So when it comes on to that aspect of it, you know, you can expect it to be somewhat of what this is when it comes on to Demon Slayer, right? It's great. It's action packed. Not much of a story. You know where we're heading, and we're just on the journey to get there, right? So I really do mess with that heavy. So when it comes on to these characters and what they do and how did we get there, and you know, with, you know, what I've talked about in the past, and I talk about, if you're going to do these things, make sure that if you're going to have a straightforward story, make sure that it has stakes. You get what I'm saying? Make sure that it has stakes. Make sure the stakes are at least mid to high. You know what I'm saying? Mid to high stakes. You get what I'm saying? So you can keep your audience engaged, because if the stakes are not high, I'm going to lose interest. You get what I'm saying? Like, the reason why, you know what I'm saying? The reason why I like One Piece, like I'm reacting to One Piece right now, as in, you know, before I had watched up to the Dressrosa arc, forgotten everything over the years, and I'm just rewatching it right now, and I'm just seeing all the stuff, the little intricacies of the story that I missed, because the story for One Piece is it's deep, right? It's a deep story. Yes, we know that Luffy wants to be king of pirates, all that good stuff, but how we get there, if he even gets there, because we don't know if this is an actual thing. You know what I'm saying? Finding the One Piece and becoming king of the pirates. Does he need to find a thing? Is it what the One Piece is going to be? We don't know what it is. You know, some people think it's treasure. Some people think it's a journey. So it's all encompassing. That's why I enjoy One Piece. One thing that is missing from One Piece, and I'm talking about it like during my reactions and stuff like that, is stakes. The stakes are not very high. You get what I'm saying? It's not very high. It's very mid when it comes on to what the stakes are. In Demon Slayer, look at what just happened in this episode, bro. Last episode, we literally saw Zenitsu. Well, we didn't see Zenitsu go down last episode. We see that in the beginning of this episode that he was down, right? Inosuke was down. Uzui was down. Tanjiro gotten his finger broke. It's the stakes are so high in this anime, bro. The stakes are so high, it makes you, and that's why when I came to this intro, I was dreading watching this episode, because I don't know what is going to happen, because we've seen people die in this anime already. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are in you know, between, in the movie, we saw Hashira die, right? And of course, yes, the Hashiras are not the main protagonists of the story, we understand that, but it still hurt like hell, because one of the things that, when it comes on to storytelling, you gotta be able to bring characters into the story and let people attach to them immediately. It's not an easy thing to do. A lot of people might think that it's very easy to do, to get people to like a character as soon as they appear on screen. There's some people that just come on screen and they resonate with you, and that depends, when you're watching like TV shows and stuff like that, that depends on the actor or the actress's ability to portray that on screen and to put that through the screen to you and let you feel for them immediately in a very short time. In animation, it's not so easy to do, so when it's pulled off, you get what I'm saying? It's never easy. Let me just say that it's never easy, whether in TV shows or in animation. It's never easy. But when it is pulled off, what they did with Rengoku, right, of letting him being a likable character, showing the flashback, the fight against Akaza, we saw his resolve. Immediately love the character, because in your head you're like, man, I wish I was this nigga. I wish I was this nigga. And then he dies, and you're like, I'm gonna take something from him. I'm gonna learn something from him to even apply to my own very life. You know what I'm saying? But that's just great stuff. That's great writing. You know what I mean? So for them to bring in Uzui now, immediately likable character, and I think we're gonna probably experience this with pretty much all the Hashiras, I believe. Some of them weren't so likable when we first met them at the end of season 1, but I think we're gonna experience this throughout the anime, where all these Hashiras, if they end up killing off all of them, they're going to be very likable characters at the end of it all, in a very short time, because we don't spend a lot of time with the Ashiras. They might each get a season to shine, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying? I think that's going to be a growing theme with the anime, where these Hashiras come in. We see what they can do, and they resolve to fight demons and why they became Hashiras, and we're just going to fall in love with their backstory immediately. So, Uzui was down, Zenitsu was down, Inosuke is down, Tanjiro is the only one up. He's being jeered by Gyutaro, put his sister head back on, so we're in the dust now. Tanjiro finds some sort of strength to muster up some strength. He had his plans. He stuck him with the kunai to weaken him. He was wondering why he can't get up. You know what I'm saying? He had the sword on his head. Brought out the Hinokami fire. You know what I'm saying? And was trying to behead him, but of course mustered up the strength. Of course Zenitsu came out because Daki was about to help her brother. Zenitsu came out with the Godspeed. Yo, that shit was hype, cause this man is like, yo man, fuck all this 6-fold 8-fold shit. I'm going for the win. You know what I'm saying? Godspeed. He said he can only do it twice in a day. I think he said he can only do it because it's so much strain on his body. But cool as hell to see. So meanwhile, Zenitsu was trying to, because she turned her head into a ribbon. We all know that Inosuke and Uzui is the only one that successfully beheaded Daki. Right, because Uzui is so quick, and Inosuke used the saw motion to take her head off. So just as Gyutaro got back up, you know, forced himself back up, took the kunai out, and you know, kind of deflect what Tanjiro was trying to cut off his head, Uzui came in. Hype moment again, because we thought he was down for the count. By sheer will, brought himself back. And I can do that. I can accept that. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, if you look at things technically, you're gonna find fault. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, all right, he was down. And now, how did he just pick himself back up with no, medical help or anything like that? Like, what happened? But it's anime, so you just gotta chalk certain things up to anime logic and just enjoy what you're watching, to be honest. So he got back up, of course. Inosuke's situation was explained when he came back, because he said, he grew up in the mountains, so poison doesn't really affect him. And also the whole thing about him, we've seen that throughout the season as well, of him kind of like being able to freely move around certain things with his body. He could just dislocate his arms or whatever and stuff like that. So they've been setting that up, foreshadowing it a bit, though, that something like that might happen at the end. It's pretty cool. He ended up, didn't take a critical hit because thought he got stabbed through the heart, but he can move his organs around. But does he constantly move his organs around? I don't want to get too much in the technical aspect of of how this thing works. I'm just glad that he's okay. So he came in, of course, took Daki's head off to help Zenitsu take Daki's head off. And also Uzui came in, did his thing, took the hits too while going at Gyutaro. Tanjiro realized that Uzui was gonna probably lose the encounter, because he's gonna probably like lose strength or lose speed or whatever the situation is. He can't keep up for too long, so Tanjiro had to. And one of the times Tanjiro basically his mark transformed. He's like, I'm gonna summon this by force, right? So at that point he looked very much like his dad, so he does have the marking. So the marking of sun breathing, we already knew this, that is mark on his forehead changed, and it's been changing over time, but this time it turned into a full-on flame marking on him. So that was pretty cool to see. Summoned it, went for the head, and of course took the head off, and then it rolled. And both of them is rolling, but of course Mr. Gyutaro had something up his sleeve as a last-ditch effort to take out everyone. It's like a dead man's grenade, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy, but we don't know what's going to take place. I don't know what's going to happen, if there's going to be another episode. It looks like there will be another episode because there was a preview, but I guess I'll see you guys next week again, man. This was a very hype episode. I enjoyed it very much. Bruh. That was a lot. That was a lot to take in. Really enjoyed that, man. If you guys enjoyed it as well, leave a like on the video. Can't wait for next week, man. I was thinking, like, are they gonna end the season like this? Man, if they ended the season like this, people would not be happy. Is there going to be like a second half of the season? Because I mean, all in all, is we're at like episode 17 for season 2 when you count the recap of the movie. I think it's like 17 or 18 episodes. So pretty cool stuff, man. So leave a like on the video, leave a comment. I will catch you guys for the next one. I'm about to go watch Attack on Titan, which is another, a whole entire thing in it, you know what I'm saying? See you guys next week, man. Peace.